Canestra waits, makes a nice move, going right to the net, and he scores!
You're watching Kutztown Hockey, only on Nick's Hockey Broadcast.
You're watching Kutztown Golden Bears Hockey on Nick's Hockey Broadcast. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Lancaster Ice Rink, where today the Kutztown Golden Bears will take on the Millersville Marauders. Millersville won 5-3 over North Carolina, but then lost to them 7-0. They won 7-2 less than 24 hours ago in this very rink. As for Kutztown, their only 2 games of the season were games that don't really count for the regular season, as they were playing in Lake Placid, New York, home of the Marauders, in the 2023 Burning Leaves tournament. They won 6-5 over Buffalo State, but lost 5-1 to Embry-Riddle. Time for tonight's starting goaltenders. In net for Kutztown in his second game is number 34, Jay Johnny. He started against Buffalo State and got a 6-5 win. Goals against average .814. And in goal for Millersville in his first home start of the season will be number 72, Gavin Rusnock. And he's a former member of Phantoms Youth. Perricone, Novak, Anello, Graney, and D. Rose are on the ice to start out for the Golden Bears. Graney and McCulley for the draw. Puck is dropped, and we are underway. It's the Golden Bears and the Marauders. That goes off the tip stick there of Rusnock. Kutztown trying to get Jackson Novak behind the goal. As he's in Gretzky, almost trying to fill it across. It went off a pad there of Rusnock, who covers up only 14 seconds into the game. So one thing to correct, if you look on the DVCHC website, it mentions that Jackson Novak got a goal last week against Buffalo State. That is not true. It actually went to Josh Bauer. So technically speaking, he's still looking for his first goal on the year as this puck bounces to the corner. Speaking of Novak, he tries to get possession, kicks it nicely there to Owen Perricone, who's also looking to get his first goal of the season. And he takes a nice steal to get it back on the right circle. Tries to gain back control. Here's a shot there from Novak. It's walked off the glove there of Rusnock. He makes a save there on Perricone as the puck bounces back to Stephen Grady. Perricone has it again as he lost possession. Holds on to it. Grady's going to the bench as the Bears try to get some reinforcements on the back end. Back comes Millersville the other way. It's McCulley. Watch out as he takes a shot towards the net, and a save is made there by Jay Johnny. Speaking of Cole McCulley, the guy just took the shot on net, 11 for Millersville. Watch out. He has a hat trick 2 of the last 3 games, including last night. Millersville wins the tie-up. They get it on the point. As his pass goes back to the corner, whacks in front. That puck goes off the side of the net, as now Burke will give it back towards the point. Held on there in front as that shot goes wide. Perricone will try to get control, makes the pass to Josh Bauer. Josh Bauer clears it all the way down. What a start he has had coming back from his bad kneecap injury, as this will be an icing. Josh Bauer, who broke his right kneecap last season, was out pretty much all year, managed to get 3 goals and an assist in Lake Placid in just 2 games. He looked very good at several breakaways as well. As he's playing once again. This pass goes off towards the corner, rattles nearly behind that, as this puck nearly goes into the Kutztown benchman and manages to be stayed in for now. Repsick trying to get control, and now going after there is Zerko. Gavin Wolf, one of the several rookies for Kutztown, got it out of the play, and now Chase Canestra makes a nice pass to Josh Bauer. Bauer, a shot, save there. Rebound is loose. Puck is loose, and a right pad stop is made by Rusnock. Canestra and Bauer have been developing good chemistry with one another so far. Trying to make a deke there was Corelli, but he couldn't get past the defense. Line change now for the Bears. Just also want to point something out because we have 2 similar names for both on Millersville and Kutztown. For Millersville, they have a player named Joe Perricone with number 12. Kutztown has a player by the name of number 4, Paul Perricone. So you might hear similar synonyms for that name throughout this game as the puck goes off the safety netting. Off this tie-up as Millersville controls. They'll clear it back into the Kutztown end of the ice. This puck is now taken there by Colton Bates briefly, the sophomore, as Millersville keeps it in the zone. Here comes a chance there, a near chance there for McCulley as this puck goes off the glass, comes back in front. Here's a shot deflected. Rebounds loose, and where's the puck? It stays out. It stays out. Hold on a second here. The official waves no goal. There's been no signal. I believe the Millersville faithful thought it was in the net, but somehow, I have no idea how in the world Johnny was able to keep that out of the net. There was no signal. Now Millersville, a player for Kutztown gets checked down there. Hard to see who that was from here. I believe that was Gavin Wolf. As now that shot goes towards the net, that goes over the net. Hard to see who that was. Apologies for not saying the names right away for Millersville. It's a little hard to see the numbers sometimes for vantage points. As meanwhile, that shot from the blue line goes off the blocker there. That came from Gavin Clark. Clark waiting on the blue line. This comes back there for a shot. And a save is made by Johnny. The chance coming from Brad Johnston. Off this tie-up. A shot saved it. Rebound front. They score! Johnny made the initial save with his right pillow pad. The second chance goes into the back of the net. And less than 5 minutes in, Millersville leads 1-0. Adam Hennessey with the goal. Doing the salute with his glove off. Sort of like Yammer in a way. And the Bears trail 1-0 early on. And I'll give credit for Millersville for not only for that chance, but a good choice for a goal song going with the song that the Chicago Blackhawks use. Quite catchy. I'll give you credit for that. As Jackson Foster on defense will try to accelerate as he nearly lost his balance. It's nearly kept in. It's kept in by Millersville, but this will be a whistle on the blue line with 15:42 to go in the first period. It is 1-0 in favor of Millersville. Off this tie-up. Chipped back towards the Millersville end. As this goes off there towards Burke. Cleared into the zone there by Carey. As the Bears will try to get possession on defense. Foster again. Stops, gets shoveled down towards the boards, and he lost possession of the puck. And he gets wobbled hard there near the boards. As this comes back to the point, there is Ferrero as it's shoveled all the way towards the corner again. Shots on net 5-5, but the score so far is 1-0 Golden Bears. Cleared out of the zone there by Kutztown. That was by Jackson Foster, but this will be an icing. Millersville controls as they'll move it behind the goal. It's Reeder. Lost it. Billy Slatlinski, the vice president of Kutztown, made the pass there to DeRosa, and it's turned over there. Here comes Millersville with some numbers, and a shot. Right patch save made by Johnny as he covers up the rebound. Justin Carelli with the shot on net for Millersville, 15 in white. As the Golden Bears will get another wave of fresh legs off the bench. This faceoff is taken there by DeRosa off the glass. Canestra will backhand it, and now the Bears will try to move in with some offense. Luke Repson on the right side with a shot. Nice patch save made there by Rusnak. Bunch of players going for the biscuit on the ice as Millersville controls. Taken out of the zone there by Reeder on the wing. Now this puck comes flying back to center ice. Thank you. It's pronounced Ryder. Thank you. Yeah. Ryder who tried to bring it into the zone as it's shot all the way back down. Off the twig there of Johnny as Antonio Anella, I believe, lost the puck. He turned it over. That shot on net goes wide from McCulley. His stick is hot right now with a hat trick in 2 of the last 3 games. And now it's nearly taken away by Josh Bauer. Canestra, those two have been working pretty well together so far, as this will be an offsides against the Golden Bears. Speaking of Chase Canestra, 45 in maroon. He's having an excellent start as a freshman. 3 assists in his first 2 games. 2 of them involving Josh Bauer's goals, actually. It's no wonder they've been on the same line. They've been working pretty well chemistry-wise so far. Colton Bates against McCulley. And Bates won it. Perricone shoots it all the way down. Again. This pass is chipped back to neutral. Gavin Wolf shot it back in past the blue line. And now back coming the other way is again. Behind himself there for McCulley. McCulley moving right by. And a shot's blocked down. Trying to get a rebound, but it's also blocked again. The second shot was blocked by Colton Bates. As Millersville still holds on, McCulley wearing the captain as the captain patches. Perricone's shot's blocked down. Comes back in front to Petaway. Kutz trying to set up some offense here finally. Here's a shot from the corner. See me there by Rusnak. That came from Phil Melito. Another shot from Melito. That goes wide and back towards Petaway. Now it's Perricone. There's a shot blocked there. And Gavin Wolf trying to make a shot, but it was blocked in front. As his shot on that goes off of Rusnak. Bears at least getting some semblance of offense these last few moments as they'll try to get it back the other way. Phil Melito going past the line as the Bears get a line change. That goes off the glass. There was a fan that ducked for cover, but there was no need for him to do that as the hockey glass rarely breaks. It has happened in the NHL, but it's very rare. So what are the chances of that happening here? But anyways, this puck is near the blue line. We have an arm up in the air. We have a penalty coming up. It's against Millersville. The Golden Bears are going on the power play. Less than 10 minutes in. Who will be going to the box of shame? It appears to be Jacob Burke, 14 in white for Millersville. In for 2 minutes. As the Golden Bears will get a chance on the man advantage for the next 2 minutes. Stephen Graney, who's been very good at faceoff so far this season, will go for this one. He's got O'Neill, Bauer, Novak, and Perricone on the ice along with him. Actually, on the scoreboard, I'm not sure if that's a mistake or not, but the scoreboard says it's a 5-minute penalty. Not sure if that's accurate or not, but they're going to continue to play on. It didn't seem like whatever penalty happened would be for 5 minutes, but regardless, we play on. Novak to Perricone. Now it goes to Gray. Toe drag shot and deflects off the safety netting. He hit the wrong net. You got to hit the net on the ice, Graney, not the one over the glass. Like I was saying, for some reason they put on the score clock a 5-minute major penalty against Burke. I do not know if that's a mistake or not, because what I was able to see, it didn't seem like any major penalty happened unless I missed something for some reason, but keep an eye on that. We'll keep it posted if anything changes on that. Graney lost this face-off to Perricone. Perricone couldn't keep it in zone. As Paul Perricone will wait behind his net. Perricone last year had 17 points in 22 games, led all defensemen in points for the Golden Bears. Jackson Novak clears it in. The captain and the president of Kutztown Hockey. As Graney will twirl back around towards Liam O'Neill. O'Neill, the freshman. Back it comes to Perricone. A wrist shot's blocked down as Millersville clears it all the way down. Perricone, what a play he made there. Blocked it from Perricone. Graney brings it past the line. Gathers on the corner. Flips one all the way down towards the boards of Novak. Twirls, gives it there for DeRosa. Now to Grady. Grady approaching, making a nice move. Grady pass in front, they score! Josh Bauer does it again! Oh my goodness, again Bauer! And he has tied this game at 1. Like I said in Lake Placid, the man is on a mission, and that is redemption from his injury last year. And he has tied the laces at 1 apiece. What a start for him in his return. So like I was saying earlier on how they put a 5-minute penalty on the scoreboard, which I thought was a mistake, it seems to not be, because as of right now, Jacob Burke is still in the box as the penalty is still on the score clock. So I guess Kutztown will try to do what they can to take advantage of this. I'll try to get a word during intermission to see what exactly the 5-minute penalty was. There was no public address announced on what the call was. But anyways, back to the game. Canestra on the left wing. Canestra holding on, doesn't do a wraparound attempt as he gets to the point. DeRosa, the play catch. Canestra, D-Rose holding on. The assistant Kevin drives one that goes wide of the post. As Millersville manages to get it out. Good clearing play made by McCulley. DeRosa getting it past the line, being defensively whacked with a stick, turns around. To the point it goes to Canestra. In front of net there is Wolf. That ring off the pipe! It hit the iron. He hit the iron with the rubber as it stays out. Kutztown that close from getting the first lead of the day. Forechecked in front there by Carey as he clears it all the way down. Grady wins the layup. Kutztown's now a little past halfway through the 5-minute major power play. They've scored one. We'll see if they'll score more. As a hit's made by Josh Bowery, trying to take down 13 for Millersville. As Millersville get a short-handed shot on that, but Jay Johnny was able to turn away. 2 minutes left on the power play. Cleared in there by Lee O'Neill. Stephen Grady holds on as Millersville manages to get it out of the zone once again. Bears holding on in their own zone. A move past center ice. That's Stephen Grady. Gets the puck past the line. There's 4 guys near him as he tries to give it to Jackson Novak, who takes control. Novak behind the goal. Still holding on. Back it comes for Perricone. He scores! Paul Perricone, first goal on the year. And it's 2-1 Golden Bears. There's still a $1:22 left on the man advantage for KU as Perricone gives Kutztown their first lead of the game. Led all defensemen in points for the team last year. 17 points in 22. As his first goal, he had an assist during the Lake Placid trip. But regardless, it's 2-1 in favor of Kutztown as that shot is swallowed up there by Jay Johnny. Millersville gets the puck short-handed as they shoot it back towards the Kutztown end. That was cleared in by Brand Johnston. DeRosa will go past the line. D-Rose holding on in the corner, going behind the goal as he lost possession. A nice hit there is made by Griffin Carpenter, the freshman, but it's kept by Canestra. His slap shot that goes wide of the goal. Perricone trying to whack at it as he couldn't get possession. He'll go for it again, trying to get the puck now. Holding on there on the corner nearly was Perricone. As now Millersville once again clears it down. 36 seconds left on the 5-minute major penalty. 7.5 to go in the first. Corelli couldn't win the faceoff for Millersville as Kutztown nearly took it away, but it's still kept in the zone. As a shot goes off the stick there, shorthanded of Jay Johnny. 7 seconds left on the power play. Kutztown trying to rush with numbers if they can before Burke is freed from the box of shame. Whatever he did must have been really naughty to get a 5-minute major penalty. Canestra wrapped it around. A nice left pass stop is made by Rushnock. That's good awareness as Canestra was going behind the goal. Back comes Millersville the other way. Here's a shot saved me by Jay Johnny. The chance coming from Jacob Burke, recently guilty of that penalty for Millersville, trying to get some redemption. Ben Bell trying to flip one back into the zone. And so hold on here. Bell across. As this pass is nearly connected. Good defensive plays made by Bailey Slawinski, 20 in maroon. Colton Bates couldn't get control. And now goes to Petaway. Good no-look pass from behind. As Foster shoots it all the way down. Line change for the Bears once again. Slawinski off the glass trying to get to Phil Melito. But it goes to Bell instead. McDevitt gives it to Perricone, who will shoot it to the left corner as this puck goes out of play. Off this time, Millersville holds on defense. Clark trying to make a right-wing pass, tipped off the stick there of Dalton Bull as McCulley shoots it towards the corner. Hennessey touched the puck, who was the only goal for Millersville thus far. Antonio Nella touched it. This goes in front towards the net as that shot goes wide. Pinching for it there was Perricone as Kutztown manages to get out of the zone, at least for now. Is this gathered up there by Perricone, gets the puck under the legs of Stephen Graney. McCulley on an onside play takes it himself. McCulley, a shot that goes wide. Antonio Nella actually got it for his wingman. Graney trying to make a nice move around Gavin and Clark. He couldn't get past him. As we reach the 5-minute mark in the first period, it is 2-1 in favor of the Golden Bears. Shots on net tied at 10 apiece. This puck comes back towards the point. Here's a drive that goes off the pad there of Jay Johnny as we have an arm up in the air. We have a penalty coming up against Kutztown this time. Millersville is going on their power play. A little less than 5 minutes to go in the first period. And the freshman Liam O'Neill will be guilty of this call. And I believe we have a player a little hurt on the corner from Millersville. I'm not sure if you're able to see from the camera view. They have some assistants. Almost seemed like they had some assistants coming out towards them. We couldn't see who that was. I assume the penalty is on the head. I apologize. I wasn't able to see. It's kind of on the blind spot of where I am on this corner of Lancaster Ice Center. Apologies for the slight delay. I'm still waiting to see officially what they're going to rule here. O'Neill was in the box. He's now coming out of it. I don't know if he's just been ejected for the game or if it's just a 10-minute misconduct. I'll try to get updated for you during intermission on that. But he appears to be coming off the ice. And now we appear to have yet another 5-minute major penalty. This time it's against Liam O'Neill on the hit on the corner. Both 5-minute penalties that were caused, unfortunately, were on the blind spot of where I am in the rink. I usually like to go to center ice. So I apologize if I was not able to specify what exactly happened at first. But that's been kind of an unlucky spot for both teams, as this power play will last the remainder of the period and will go into the second period for about 21 seconds. As Millersville wins this face-off, Bell kept it in the zone. It goes to the there of Hennessey, who has the only goal so far for Millersville, gets the puck back. As Hennessey's going to hold on. Centering pass, that shot's whacked down as Kutztown manages to clear. It's blocked by Bailey Slotwinski, and he shot it all the way down. Bell, left wing feed to Hennessey, makes the right wing pass to McCulley. Back pass that goes there for, I believe that's Morgan. And that shot saved me by Jay Johnny. Trying to get a centering pass there was Morgan. He's a former member of the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Knights elite team. He played in 2 games I actually did for the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Knights on Hockey TV last season. And I must say, when I watched him there, he looked really good. Heard a lot of hype for him here as that shot goes wide from McCulley. 3:43 to go in the second period. 4 minutes and counting to go on the O'Neill major penalty. This is chipped back to the corner. Slotwinski gets hit hard there towards the Zamboni doors. Stays on his feet somehow as Bell holds on to the point. Bell barely kept it onside. Bell will get it towards the winger as Perricone manages to clear it back out. Bell, as Millersville's trying to get some room on this Kutztown line change, as it goes to Antonio O'Neill, but it's given back towards Millersville. Carey kept it into the zone, side on that, pass in front, shot saved by Jay Johnny, rebound in front, as he's scrolling across. He made another save as he was down, as we are going to get a bit of an unexpected whistle to stop play. With a little less than 3 minutes to go, we are going to have, and just as I was starting to think, yes, it is a penalty against Millersville. Aiden Carey in the box for 2 minutes. This will help Kutztown out at least a little bit. So it was a 5-on-4. So now it will be a 4-on-4 for the next 2 minutes. Millersville still a 5-minute major power play for 1:13 after the 2 minutes expire, but this will help out Kutztown at least a little bit as Novick's pass goes in front. Now it's Perricone, the recent goal scorer. Assistant captain, he's got D. Rose on the other side. Novak way in front of the goal. Watch out! Here comes Millers with the other way, and a big check is made by Perricone. Oh, Neil breakaway for Jacob Burke. And we are going to have a penalty ruled here after that check made by Perricone. Almost thinking, was that going to be a penalty shot at first, but they're not going to give it to Burke. But an interesting game for Burke so far. He caused a 5-minute penalty. Then he had a shot on net. Then he had a near breakaway until Perricone shoved him down. So yet another penalty. This has been very undisciplined hockey these last few minutes in Lancaster. So it's right now it is a 4-on-3. So basically a power play in overtime for the amount of space on the ice for both teams. Bell is shot, and a right pad stop is made by Jay Johnny. Comes back in front. Here's Bell again. Whacks it in front there for Petticoat as Perricone's in the box of shame. Bell holds on. Wristing one. Good block play made by D. Rose. Comes loose. Stephen Grady takes it short-handed. 2 minutes to go in the period. Going past the line. Grady making a nice move. It's going to the net. And a left pad stop is made by Rusnak. Oh, what a great save in his first home start. And what a great chance for Graney. Meanwhile, Millersville, another chance in front, and that shot's turned away up the side of the net. Whacked in front there, saved me by Jay Johnny. This comes there for Hennessey in front there. Here's a shot blocked in front. That shot on net came from Dooligan, as Millersville's been relentless these last few moments as Kutztown gets it past the blue line. Kutztown shoots it to the other end. Rusnak in his crease as his defense takes it out. This pass goes to Jonathan Morgan, a former Wilkes-Barre Scranton Knight. He's been dangerous. He was dangerous with the Knights last year. I remember watching him. He was very fast. As we're in the last minute to play in the first period, a wild first period in this game. 32.7 seconds left in the first. 2-1, Kutztown. Repsick on this faceoff, one in for KU as the Bears clear it all the way down. So now the 5-minute major power play, or what's left of it, is going on. 45 seconds left and counting on that man advantage. 21 seconds and counting in this period. Outlet pass goes to McCulley to the circle for a shot. Saved made by Jay Johnny with the right pad. 13 seconds left. Comes in front there. Here's a shot by Petticoat. Nice save made by Jay Johnny as it's still loose. 5 seconds left. Fake slap shot in front there for Millersville. Here's a shot blocked down. Good play made by D. Rose as time expires. What a wild first period in Lancaster. It is 2-1 Kutztown after one. Shots on net. 17-10 in favor of Millersville. We will be back for the second period. What a wild start to this game. Second period about to get underway in Lancaster. My jolly goodness, what a chaotic second period. I actually have some information to share about some of the penalties we had last period. So, to clarify, I was a little confused on the 5-minute major penalties we had both against Kutztown and Millersville. For Kutztown, on their 5-minute major penalty, it was caused by Liam O'Neill on a hit accidentally, or at least we believe it's accidentally, on towards the head of Hennessey for Millersville. I have been told he has been ejected and is done for the game. And as for the penalty against Millersville, it was a boarding call against Jacob Burke. Both 5-minute major penalties have now ended, as it is 2-1 Kutztown in the second period. So as of at least right now, we're back to 5-on-5 hockey, but I wouldn't be surprised if that's subject to change. Now, meanwhile, Millersville brings it back into the goal for a shot, and that goes wide. The chance on net was from Jacob Burke. Jay Johnny stayed with them, as fortunately from Kutztown's perspective, Millersville did not get a shot on goal. Now it's Graney, dekes around. Backhand shot turned away there off the shoulder there of Rusnak and out of play. But it's 2-1 KU. Repsick off this faceoff to Foster, shots that is blocked. And this puck goes off of Canestra. Can't get control as it's battered all the way down behind the net. Foster around the boards towards the point there. It goes now towards off the side of the net as DeRosa on one hand on his stick as Millersville holds on and keeps it into the zone for now. Racing for it is Carey. Carey, a shot that goes off the stick there of Jay Johnny. Josh Bauer turned it over as Millersville control for a shot. Blocked down there by Luke Rebsick. The chance on net coming from Carey is now Millersville has it behind the goal. There is Zerko. As Canestra trying to chase after for a near breakaway, but it's taken away by the Marauders. Foster hits it off the high glass and it stays in play. Whacked by another stick. And now back comes there for a shot there. Saved made by Jay Johnny. The shot on that coming from Joe Perricone, who's coming off a 4-goal game from last night. McCulley for this face-off as he couldn't come up with it. Nello tried to clear it out, but he couldn't. That shot goes off of Colton Bates. The chance coming from Pat McDevitt. McCulley fanned on his shot, chases forward on the corner. Paul Perricone kicks away. Good play, who got his first goal of the season last period as this goes into the Millersville bench. So in the first period, the goals for both teams coming from Aiden Hennessey as well as Josh Bauer and Paul Perricone. My goodness, Josh Bauer. If I can't talk enough about him. What a start for the sophomore back from his injury. Here's a pass there. Molino trying to get it to Penaway. He stumbles down. He ran into Jonathan Morgan. As this comes loose back in front towards the net. And a save is made. Rebound from puck is now the play is blown dead as once again Gavin Rusnock coming up with a tandem of stops. Had a very good first period. I know the scoreboard says he allowed 2 goals, but neither of them were his fault at all. He has played very well, I would say, so far in his first home start, stopping a breakaway twice, one of them with a poke check, as he manages to keep that one out of the net. That is his 9th save on 11 shot far. Player for Millersville goes down for a brief moment as that goes out of play. Off this tie-up, Millersville has it behind their own goal. There is Jacob Burke. As this puck is under the legs there of Phil Molito. As Millersville will now get it past the line. That was a near chance there for Burke as Colton Bates clears it past the blue line. Whacked up the boards on an onside play as Antonio O'Neill, the freshman defenseman, gets it back in front as he almost had everything perfect in that play, except he lost possession and his eyes on the puck. Duligan couldn't clear it back out. Jonathan Morgan succeeds on that task as his knuckle puck rolls all the way down for an icing. This face-off is controlled by the Kutztown Blue Liners. Foster and DeRosa on the defense right now for KU. Usually DeRosa is with Perricone, but not here. As this puck's loose in the blue paint as there was a near scramble in front as Millersville manages to clear it out and get it out of harm's way, but this will be an icing. Puck is dropped as now we will resume the play. Novak hits it off the boards as DeRosa almost seemed to keep it onside, but the official says otherwise as they blow play dead. Speaking of Michael DeRosa, number 2 on defense for KU, he had 10 points in 22 games last year. He's coming into this game with a goal and 2 assists. He had a nice goal against Buffalo State in Lake Placid, New York, 1 week from yesterday. Owen Perricone, Porks as they call him in the locker room and in classes, briefly had possession. A player for Millersville doesn't have his stick right now. That is Aiden Carey. As meanwhile, here comes the recently mentioned Perricone. Fed one across for Novak. Novak is shot turned away there by Rusnock. As the Golden Bears trying to extend their lead, but they couldn't come up with it on that attempt. Foster to Perricone. Parks will give it back towards Foster. They play catch as Petticoat clears it in. Rallying around from DeRosa goes to Foster. Shoots one down as Perricone goes to the bench for some rest. Meanwhile, here comes Stephen Graney. Graney going past the line, going right behind the goal, holding on the circle, waiting for some options. Got it in front there for Perricone. Perricone, a shot blocked down along its path. Rebound was loose as Millersville's defense will rally it back out. Outlet pass goes there for Hennessey, who has the only goal for Millersville so far. As we have a check of penalties coming up with Perricone, his second penalty of the game. It's going to be an interference penalty. Perricone is not happy as a result of that. But regardless, Millersville is going once again on the man advantage. 13:05 to go in the second period. It is 2-1 Kutztown. Goals for Kutztown coming from Josh Bauer and Paul Perricone. And Perricone has just caused a penalty against KU as they go on the as they go not on the power play. I can tell you this. That slap shot there by McCulley goes wide. DeRosa trying to check down Hennessey as his puck comes back in front there. Here's a backhand shot and a nice shoulder save is made by Jay Johnny. The rebound comes free as Colton Bates clears it past the blue line into center ice. Canestra trying to chase after it short-handed. McCulley couldn't maintain possession. Sodlinski outlet pass to Phil Melito trying to go on a break short-handed as the Bears at least kill some time. Back comes Millersville as that glove save is made there by Jay Johnny coming from McCulley. Well, another chance on net for him. Graney and Zerko for this face-off. And Graney won it. Swatwinski clears it back as being unable to keep it in the zone for Millersville was Dooligan as he now has the puck in his own end. Sneak fleet comes to center ice. Dooligan. Left wing feed there goes to Burke. Burke off the stanchion of the boards chases behind the goal. 1 minute to go in the man advantage for Millersville. Burke twirls to the point it comes as he nearly got the puck back and now he has it. Millersville setting up here. Burke a shot blocked down. I believe he hit his own man. Friendly fire is on as Jay Johnny makes another stop. The puck appeared to go off of Aiden Carey on the initial chance for Millersville as they are unable to tie the game on that chance at least. Face-off one offensively for Millersville. Here's Bell, a shot tipped off a stick there and wide. They'll still hold on in the corner. Back it comes there for Jonathan Morgan. Morgan then for Bell. Bell a wrister, left pass up there. Rebound was loose there for Morgan and he missed the net with a shot. Novak failed to get it out as Millersville has it. Pass in front there for Pettigill, moving it in, and a left arm stop is made by Jay Johnny. Once again, as his puck is cleared out of the zone. Good saves made by the Kutztown goaltenders. Meanwhile, DeRosa and the recently mentioned Perricone are not being too friendly as he got it back there in front. Holding on there is Hennessey. Fed word across there for Bell, and another save is made by Jay Johnny. In front of the blue paint, loose in front as that shot there by McCulley goes wide. Didn't even hit the pads there of Jay Johnny. D-Rose gets hit hard there towards the boards. He is almost seemed a little shaken up. He's going to get back up and play his position. Here's a slap shot from long range that goes wide. Holding on there is Hennessey. Hennessey behind the net. Threw it across there as they couldn't get a shot on net. As Kutztown clears it back down, the power play has ended, just to clarify, and this will not be icing. They're going to wave it off as Canestra won the race. So we're back to 5-on-5 hockey, but we'll see how long that lasts as DeRosa missed the puck. Back comes Millersville with a shot. That goes off the mask there of Jay Johnny. Another shot, and the puck rang off the pipe and hit the iron, I believe. You can slightly hear from here as they get another shot as Jay Johnny stands his ground and holds up with 10-11 to go in the second period. Jay Johnny's been playing great these last few minutes, but I think he's going to need a little help because right now, shots on net, 25-12. In favor of the Marauders. Carey won the faceoff. Toe drag shot deflects out of play. The shot on net coming from Zerko as they'll redo the faceoff. And Millersville wins it to the point. That shot goes wide. The chance coming from McDevitt. Player from Millersville goes down. That was in front as this puck is not kept on side as it goes all the way down. Chasing after is Gavin Wolf. He tipped the puck off his stick as he gets into the corner. Little less than 10 minutes to go in the second period. We're halfway through regulation. It is 2-1 Kutztown. Perricone touched it for a brief moment. This pass is made by Gavin Wolf, intercepted by Bell as his outlet pass is made in front. Carpenter to Foster. Lost it as Carpenter gets hit hard there on the boards. He fell down. Almost seemed a little awkwardly. Thank goodness he had a helmet on his head because the back of his head actually hit the board, so he appears to be A-okay. Speaking of Carpenter, he'll chase for it, but he couldn't get to the puck in time. Foster. McCulley, as this pass is intercepted. Back comes Millersville the other way. They're going to move on a chance as they couldn't get a shot. We have an arm up in the air. Another penalty is coming up. It's against Kutztown. Puck is touched. Hennessey was trying to get a shot on net earlier as the Bears, hate to say, a bit undisciplined here. We'll see what this penalty is on. So Jackson Foster, defenseman number 24, in the box of shame for 2 minutes. As Millersville, with as many chances they've had so far, still trail in this one, 2-1. As now Millersville gets it back across for a McCulley shot, and it's swallowed up there into the chest there of Jay Johnny. Bates won the faceoff defensively. Perricone off the glass as Melita couldn't get it out. Back comes Jonathan Morgan, a shot that goes high over the crossbar and off the glass. Possessed there by Hennessey. Hennessey, side of the net there is McCulley as he's going to wait. Gets it back in front for Hennessey. Hennessey to Bell. Bell, a shot. Left pass stop made by Jay Johnny. Morgan pass in front towards Hennessey as Millersville still setting up. It's pretty well set up power play so far. McCulley side of the net. Back in front for Hennessey as he fans on the shot as Kutztown gets it out. Bell is being slightly checked there by Phil Melito. As now McCulley's going to twirl back in his own end. Halfway through the power play now. A little less than 1 minute left in it. 7:36 and counting to go in the second period. A little less of a chaotic period, at least so far, compared to the last one, but we'll see what happens in the remainder of the second. 41 seconds on the Foster minor penalty. Back coming the other way there was Burke. And now they'll get a shot. That's blocked there. That chance came from Jonathan Morgan. He was blocked by DeRosa, who's blocked several shots so far tonight. Morgan. Back in comes there in front for Burke. And now it's held on there by Carey. Burke. Side of net is Zerko. Here's a shot that's blocked down by Graney. Here's another chance. It all goes into the breadbasket there of Jay Johnny. The shot on net coming from Aiden Carey. 9 seconds left on the penalty. This period is definitely moving and flowing a lot faster than the last one, considering how many long stoppages we had. Carey and Graney. And Kutztown is not able to clear, actually, Swatlinski failed to get it past the blue line. As the power play has expired. Off the bench is Perricone. Couldn't get control. Swatlinski to Petaway. Petaway there for Novak. Intercepted nearly by Millersville, but thankfully from Kutztown's viewpoint, Graney was able to sneakily get the puck back. Tyree Petaway in his third game in D2. He was with D3 all of last season. As this puck goes to Gavin Clark. Novak on the corner now. As Millersville will try to make this pass that accidentally goes to Repsick. Accidentally from Millersville's standpoint. As Tyree Petaway is going to shoot it back in from long range. That goes off the stick there of Rusnock and into the safety netting. 5:48 to go in the second. 2-1 KU. No goals in this period so far. Off the tie-up. Repsick trying to get right off the face-off that went wide. Morgan's waiting for an outlet pass. As that was Repsick that fell down on his knees. He's going to get back up with his stick in his hands. As meanwhile, Jacob Burke defensively will get the puck, or at least attempt to get it out of his own end. Antonio Nello trying to make a defensive check with his stick to get the puck, but he failed. As meanwhile, Millersville moves in with numbers for a shot. Right pass save made by Jay Johnny. Not a good save. Back comes Canestra. He's got Josh Bell, the man on the mission. Canestra waits, makes a nice move, going right to the net, and he scores! Are you kidding? The freshman Chase Canestra had 3 assists going into this game. Dancing all his way towards the net, and he backhands it top shelf and in. It found its way through in Kutztown with a 3-1 lead. Thank goodness that there are multiple camera angles from that goal, from my broadcast, from Millersville broadcast, and Live Barn, because you are going to want to watch that one again and again. Canestra, his first goal as a Golden Bear. Welcome to the team. My, oh my, Kutztown really needed that as Millersville offensively was starting to really outplay the Golden Bears as they lead 3-1. Icing will be called here against Millersville. As now this puck goes towards the net in front there. Save is made there by Rusnak. His mask has come off. He's covering his head. Millersville is asking for the officials to finally blow play dead to assure his safety. They do. Thankfully, he is okay. That's always a great rule to have if a goalie's mask comes off to call play dead. Crazy enough that goalies not only they used to not wear safe masks, sometimes back in the 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, even sometimes 70s, they would wear no mask at all. Graney off this face-off. Jackson Novak will he'll fall down and make a nice play there for Owen Perricone as that tipped off the stick there of Grady. Here's Novak, a shot, and it'll go for the save is made there. Rebound was loose and went off. The second chance went off a Millersville defender. A little less than 4 minutes to go as a big check is made near the Kutztown penalty box that was made by Novak. Brovac, as they call him in the locker room. As Grady gives it there to Antonio Alnella. Off the block stick there of Andrew Zerko. And now Pat McDevitt will bring it past the blue line. McDevitt trying to get around DeRosa. Here's a wrist shot. Blocker saved by Jay Johnny. The chance on that coming from Carey. Hits made there by a collision on Bauer along with Zerko. As Graney will try to pass to center ice. Goes off the recent hot stick of Chase Canestra. I cannot wait to rewatch that goal. I'm sure you guys can't wait to see it again, too. And going past the line there is Burke, a shot that goes out of play and off the safety netting. Once again, that's happened quite a bit so far on this side of the ice in the second period at least. Repsick and McCulley for this face-off. And it's won by Millersville. Josh Bauer will try to chase for it. As he couldn't get it back out, it goes back towards center. As his backhand shot goes off the side of the net. Millersville holds on again. Hennessey to the point it goes. Gets it back. Hennessey centering pass for McCulley. That goes off the glass. Not sure if his eyes were on the net there at the time as the time he shot it, but regardless, it's still out for now. Dunegan makes a deke on Josh Bauer. Passes behind himself there for Gavin Clark. 74 in white for Millersville. As this goes off the penalty box door for Millersville. Puck cleared in by Clark. Bounces to the corner. Perricone and McCulley will go for it. We have an arm up in the air. Is this another penalty on Perricone? I do not know. I'm just saying it since he has 2 tonight. Hold on a second here. I believe it's an interference penalty once again. And it's going to be on Joe Petticoat. It's not on Perricone for Kutztown. It's on Petticoat for Millersville. So the Golden Bears, with exactly 2 minutes to go in the second period, will have a power play that will last the remainder of the duration of it. Almost hard to believe the Bears are up 3-1 as they're being outshot 30-12 so far, but Jay Johnny's been playing outstanding so far in this game. Graney circling around. He's going to go for this face-off against Justin Corelli as the puck is dropped and the power play has begun. Tipped off the stick of Melito. Goes there for DeRosa. DeRosa to Novak. Novak a shot off the glove there of Rusnak. As this puck is bounced towards Graney, and he kept it just onside. DeRosa, they'll play catch to Graney. Walking the stick is DeRosa to get it back. He has it. He drives one off the goal there. Rustic. Rebound, and another save. Puck is behind the goal somewhere, and it's cleared back down. No icing here since this is a penalty kill for Millersville. As D-Rose will give it to Graney on the outward feed. Going past the blue line with room on the left wing. Graney's going to try to drive right to the net as the puck is unable to get into the back of the cage. Graney, a great attempt, but he couldn't finish it. Last minute to play in the second period as this goes out of play. Novak tried to clear. That's fanned down. 9 seconds left. Josh Bauer's going to hurry. He's got Phil Melito and Perricone. Bauer moving on. He passed in front as he missed Melito. He had a wide open case. The pass had a bit too much power from Bauer. As time expires, it is 3-1 Kutztown after 2 shots on that, 30-13 in favor of Millersville. We'll be back for the third. Third period is about to get underway. It is 3-1 in favor of the Kutztown Golden Bears. Shots on that, 30-13 in favor of, surprisingly, Millersville. A big reason why Kutztown has only allowed 1 goal is the man behind the crease, and that is number 34, Jay John. He's played outstanding. Going into this game, he had a goals against average of .814 after allowing 5 goals against Buffalo State. I'm sure that number is going to drastically change after tonight's game unless Millersville scores a plenty of goals. But also to mention goaltenders, number 72, Gavin Rusnak, has also been playing really well. And again, I know it's been said it's 3 goals have been scored on him, but he's been playing very well, stopping several breakaways. He's been very good at sprawling across and taking a lot of space on the net. He's been pretty smart with that, the former member of Phantoms Youth in the Atlantic Hockey Federation. Grady and McCulley for this face-off as now the third period is underway. We'll see if Kutztown can hold on or if Millersville can come back. Owen Perricone to the point there of Antonio Nella. His wrist shot off the blocker there of Rusnak as gravity brings the puck down up from the air. DeRosa has it. Wrist one deflected along its path towards the corner. McCulley hit his own man as it's turned over there to Stephen Graney. As now the Kutztown will have to take it back on their defensive side. This puck comes back in front as this is going to be a shot on that. It's blocked out by Novak as Novak nearly takes an outlet pass. It's turned back over there for Millersville. McCulley shot into the glove there of Jay Johnny. This is taken back there by Millersville as a play. It would appear to be Bailey Swatlinski who was checked out behind the goal, but he appears to be fine. As now Millersville carries it back in there for a shot that goes off the glass and past center ice. Johnston will hold it back on Josh Bauer. Nearly took it back away. Comes back in front there for a backhand shot that goes wide there from Chase Canestra. What a goal he had to give the Bears a 3-1 lead back in the second period. Solinski, a shot turned away there off the pads there of Rusnak. Now it's Remsick whacking at it. Rebound was loose as Millersville managed to clear it back out. That was by Johnston. Good to play as he has it back on defense. This goes to the wing. Melito tried to touch it. Now it's Petaway to DeRosa. DeRosa will backhand one back. And Foster leaves it behind for Bates as he shovels a Millersville player hard towards the boards there. He tried to take down Jacob Burke as he goes to the bench. Petaway avoids the check. Lost the puck on the corner. Chasing for it now is Zerko. Zerko tipped off a Kutztown stick, comes in front there for McDevitt. As meanwhile, Kutztown moves back the other way. It's Petaway a shot, and a glove save is made. As Petaway whacked his stick on the ice in frustration, he fell down towards the corner. As he's going to get back up, and we will have the face-off move towards the left circle. Not sure if Pettaway fell down after he hit. I'm not sure if he fell down as a result of whacking his stick on the ice in frustration. He's going to go to the bench now. Dalton Bull was near to it. Gavin Wolf, a backhander that goes wide. The freshman looking to get his first of the season. And then it's taken away there by Perricone. Perricone on the left wing, going right to the net. Perricone, a backhand shot as the puck is unable to be finished there by Millersville as this deflects and it stays. It goes out of play once again. Jay Johnny standing his ground in the blue paint. What a game he has had so far. McCulley on the circle. Wins this tie-up on the point there. As it goes back to Petticoat's side of the net, there's McCulley. A shot deflected off a loose stick in front as this puck bounces off the stanchion from Gavin Wolf. Chasing for it is Carpenter, too late as it will not be an icing. Here's Wolf, a shot turned away off the right pad there of Rusnak. Dalton Bull made a premature check on the boards. Meanwhile, McCulley on the right wing whacked off a Kutztown stick as this puck is also whacked in from the point. Whacked once more as this time the puck goes over the safety netting. Corelli on this face-off as Novak tries to shoot it around from behind. Unable to get past the blue line, kept in by Johnston. As Millersville centering pass in front for Morgan as he missed the net. Gets it back. Wilkes-Barre Scranton Knight product. As it's cleared back in. Good play by Johnston to keep it onside. Greeny. Nearly on a check, fed one across towards Morgan, but is tipped wide. Here's a pass in front towards Morgan. It goes off the boot of Anella as Kutztown manages to get it into the opposing zone for now. On the wing now towards Burke. As this knuckle puck rolls towards the net there of Rusnak as he's going to simply hold on. With 15:48 to go in the third period. 3-1 in KU. Repsick on this tie-up is unable to come up with it. Had a goal against Buffalo State last weekend. As recently mentioned, Repsick clears it back into the zone, falls down in center ice, and Bell will get it towards the wing. Bailey Sotlinski almost seemed like he was a bit out of position as he lost the puck. Now he has it on the left side. Here comes Chase Canestra on the wing now, trying to get around Seifert. As Bailey Swatlinski once again has it on defense. DeRosa. Slap shot into the zone as this puck bounces towards McCulley, unable to get the puck. Pettaway touched it. Trying to get it back now is Colton Bates as Pettaway falls down. A few players, both for KU and Millersville, fall down on the ice as meanwhile Bates has it on the circle. Colton Bates will one-hand it down towards Tyree Pettaway. Pettaway almost seemed like a shot that went actually almost seemed like a clearing play. Goes to the point. It's DeRosa. Now it's Perricone, a drive that goes off the safety netting. Pettaway, Bates, Melito, Perricone, and Foster are on the ice right now for KU. As Pettaway kept it on side, Melito clears it around from behind to Bates. Bates being shoveled towards near the official, actually, as Melito has it behind to go. Threw it across there as Bates was the nearest Kutztown Bear to it, as he couldn't whack it in. McCulley going past the line as he'll hit the puck off the side of the cage. And now they're trying to flip one on the high side there of Jay Johnny as Phil Melito tipped the puck past the line. That appears to be DeRosa banking his stick off the boards. On the bench now as Clark's shot goes off the blocker there of Jay Johnny behind the net. DeRosa, no, actually that was Melito trying to chase for it. As McDevitt, actually that was not McDevitt, excuse me, that was Dooligan cleared it back into the zone. And now D. Rose will flip one to center ice, gloved down there by Clark. As Clark has some options on defense to pass it through. This pass now goes to Johnston. Johnston, the big defenseman wearing number 6 for Millersville, shoots it in. DeRosa. Now it's to Carpenter, who's been quite a gritty forward so far for KU, as this will be an icing against the Bears. As Gavin Wolf is trying to whack 4 as well as DeRosa. It comes loose in front there for Corelli as it goes back towards the corner. McDevitt is on the ice now, waiting on the right blue line. Morgan trying to get one back in front. Goes to the corner there towards Burke. As now Jonathan Morgan picks up the loose change there as he'll shoot one towards the net. And once again, Jay Johnny makes yet another stop with 12:31 remaining in the third period. Stephen Graney, once again, very active on the faceoff circle, kind of like the Claude Drew of the team in terms of winning faceoffs. As his pass goes to the recently mentioned Graney. He'll turn back in his own end. Gives it to Perricone. The assistant captain shoots one to the net, and a save is made by Rushnock with 12:08 to go in regulation time. Graney and Carey. And controlled by Kutztown. Perricone's shot goes off a skate. As meanwhile, moving back the other way there is Ryder, who has it on the corner. Ran into by Balin Swatwinski. As both teams are trying to at least get some semblance of maintained possession for at least a minute or so now. The puck has been kind of going back and forth as of late. That shot's blocked down. The chance came from Clark. As now Carey feeds one back. He was out of position. Actually, Carey was out of position as Josh Bauer was threatening to go for the loose puck. Trying to go for it still is Bauer, kept in the zone by Luke Repsick. Repsick, he ran hard to the boards on his shoulder, gets back on his feet very quickly, actually, as a matter of fact, as Foster trying to make a play to get some more offensive time for the Golden Bears, but it's backhanded into the Kutztown zone by Zerko. Line change for the Marauders. As now Millersville's defense has it on their own side. Tipped off the stick of Bauer. The two players with 6s going for it. Josh Bauer and Brad Johnston. As behind the goal there is DeRosa as it's shot down towards Canestra. Repsick towards Canestra as he's slightly checked there by Johnston. This goes off the boot there of Perricone as Perricone gets a wrist shot and a save is made once again by Jay Johnny. That is his 34th save of the game so far. He's shot 34-35. Bell on the left side. We'll try to get towards the corner. Now it's DeRosa to a Perricone. They'll play a little game of catch there as Perricone escapes the stick of Morgan. And Jonathan Morgan trying to control it. Back comes Colton Bates on an onside play as that shot goes wide. A collision's on the circle there. It is Colton Bates as well as Jacob Burke. Meanwhile, Millersville has it on the corner. That shot goes off I believe that went off of Jay Johnny from the corner. Little less than 10 minutes to go in the third period. It is 3-1 Kutztown. This is backhanded into Kutztown territory. As Corelli was going for it. And once again, the puck is cleared all the way back down into the Millersville end. Bell trying to escape Dalton Bull. Couldn't get past the blue line. It's picked up instead by Seifert. Shoots one in. Bounces to Perricone. Line change for the Marauders. And it's still, we have a bit of a battle for the puck in the air to the blind zone. It's the blind end zone for our perspective of the broadcast booth. As Gavin Wolf gets a shot that hits off the high glass. On the corner down there, he's stumbling there as that shot there from Swatwinski goes wide. Gavin Wolf backhands it. Carpenter has it on the corner, but not for much longer. Going for it again, but it now goes on the stick there of Dooligan. This puck bounces over the head of Jackson Foster, gets checked, and now it's nearly turned over there towards Kutztown, but they couldn't get to the puck in time. Svetlinski off the glass and off the glove there. Clark in front now. As Perricone lost possession, it goes to Graney instead. Graney off the stick of McCulley towards the corner. McCulley takes it on the nice turnover play for him. Centering pass in front there as Perricone's going to wait. We have an arm up in the air. This is going to be a penalty against Kutztown, just what Millersville needed, as it'll be 6-on-5 until Kutztown touches in front there, as they'll get a wrist shot that goes wide. The chance coming from Dooligan as Kutztown touches it up. Even though the offense for Millersville has still been pretty good, they have not been able to tie this game up as they're still down by 2. But luckily from their viewpoint, they are going on the man advantage. And the captain and president of Kutztown Hockey itself, Jackson Novak, will be in the box for the next 2 minutes. So things can get very interesting here in these next 2 minutes. Off the draw as a shot by Morgan's blocked. He gets another shot blocked there. Center in front there as Jay Johnny makes another save, this time with his left pad. Face-off won by Millersville. Goes to Bell. Bell, a wrist shot. Where's the puck? Is it? It's in the pads there of Jay Johnny. There was a whistle. There was no goal there. No one seemed to know exactly where the puck was for a brief moment, but Jay Johnny managed to keep it out. Minute 45 on the power play now. Penalty against Jackson Novak. Novak did have a penalty last game against Embry-Riddle when the Bears lost to the Embry-Riddle Eagles 5-1 in the Burning Leaves tournament in Lake Placid, New York. Bell to Perricone. Bell gets it back. His shot goes wide. And now it's Jonathan Morgan. Looking at some options here. As he's going to make the pass there for Bell. Bell, a shot blocked there off the skate there of Stephen Grady. Two-way hockey at its finest right there. But still in Kutztown zone. On the line there was Hennessey as that shot was blocked. Here's a backhander that goes off a body. I believe that went off DeRosa. The chance coming from Perricone as Perricone has it once again. Bell, 1 minute to go in the power play. Side of the net. Threw one across there as they couldn't get the finish or play. But still in the zone. Bell once again on the right circle. Here's a shot by McCulley. Blocked down. Not sure who blocked it for Kutztown. It's a backhand shot near Jay Johnny. Another shot. It's blocked. Blocking that first shot, it appeared to be hard to see. It appeared to be Paul Perricone. As sorry if you couldn't see it, but Bell was checking down Greeny almost very aggressively. 30 seconds left on the power play. McCulley on the left wing. McCulley is going to go right behind the goal as he still holds on. To the point there goes to Dooligan. Dooligan on the circle now, holding on to it as Hennessey. Dooligan in front. As that's blocked there by a stick. It went off some kind of a part of equipment of Luke Repsick. 5 seconds on the penalty. Here's a shot that goes wide from Dooligan. As Novak has been freed from the box of shame, he's going to come into the shot. Loose in front. Oh, what a right pad stop is made. Jay Johnny again. The official waving no goal as he has several times today. Jonathan Morgan looking very frustrated as he's heading on to the bench. The Bears survived that man advantage for Millersville as it still remains 3-1 in favor of the Bears. We'll keep our eyes on goaltender Gavin Rushnock if Millersville decides to make it a 6-5 advantage at any point. I'm not sure if they're going to pull their goalie just yet, but we'll keep our eyes on him. I'll let you know if or when he goes to the bench. Carella off the face-off. Was unable to come up with it. As now it's kept on the line for a shot that goes wide. On the point there was Dooligan. Also waiting on the left point right now is Gavin Clark. Foster going for it. Off another Kutztown stick. As Canestra will circle back in his own end. Canestra on a good turnover play there made by there for Millersville. That was Burke. As it goes back to the point. Here's a shot by Clark from Dooligan, and once again, it's gloved down by Jay Johnny. Canestra was being shoved a little bit by the stick of Clark, but thankfully, well, at least I should say, on a nice disciplined play by Canestra to simply not retaliate there. You don't want to cause any penalties, especially not any stupid ones right now. Carey on this offensive faceoff for Millersville. Won it. Got it across there for McDevitt. A shot. It goes off the glove there of Jay Johnny, but he does not cover up. Final 5 minutes at Lancaster Rink. It's 3-1 Kutztown. Penaway going for the puck on a brief breakaway, and he missed the net. Oh, he was so close. He beat Rusnock, but it just went wide. Penaway that close to getting his first goal of the season, and with D2. It's good for the Bears to at least kill some time here, as Rusnock will cover up. 4:41 remaining in regulation. Still 3-1 KU. McCulley and Bates on this face-off. And Millersville is unable to hold on for long, but now they'll have it. A near 2-on-1 was developing for Millersville, but the puck went to DeRosa for Kutztown on defense. McCulley going past the line, going right to the net. He scores! Cole McCulley, who's had a hat-trick 2 of the last 3 games, gives Millersville some life. It's a 1-goal game. Don't go anywhere. It is a 1-goal game, and the Lancaster Ice Rink, Millersville, is only down by 1. The 39th shot on net is a goal. Jay Johnny's been so busy in his crease, it was almost inevitable for another puck to go behind the net. As things are getting a lot more dicey now, Jonathan Morgan on the left wing. Morgan, a shot that's blocked there by Bailey Swetwinski. Swetwinski goes down, tumbles with Morgan. They were briefly bear hugging one another as this puck is once again stopped by Jay Johnny. 4:06 to go. This puck goes to the recent goal scorer. McCulley comes in front as it did not go through. Jackson Novak with Graney at center. Novak gives it to Graney on an onside play. Graney towards Novak under the net. Puck is loose in front as they couldn't get a shot. That was Perricone chasing for it. As meanwhile, Millersville will try to rush the other way. But it goes to Novak. Shoots it in. Perricone trying to whack for it. Has possession of the puck. As it comes back in front there. Here is Graney driving through. Oh, what a great save is made by Rusnock. Remember that play. If Millersville manages to tie this game, you've got to be kidding. Speaking of Millersville, they're going to move with some room as Kutztown gets a line change. Hennessey cleared it in. Perricone to Canestra. Canestra trying to get past the defense. And watch out, Canestra has it on the left wing. He's got Graney. Got it to him, but he couldn't connect on the pass. Oh, that's going to haunt them if Millersville comes back in this game. DeRosa off the high stick of Graney as this puck nearly goes into the Millersville bench, but it stays in. A little less than 3 minutes to go. 1-goal game in Lancaster. DeRosa picks up the puck as icing is called. 2:44 to go. Kutztown leads 3-2. Cole McCulley recently scored for Millersville. Millersville's had a relentless offense in this game. Shots on net 41-21 in favor of the Marauders. It's going to be a nail-biter to the end, at least it seems like from this point. Repsick, Bauer, Canestra, Perricone, and D-Rose on the ice for the Bears right now. We'll see if Kutztown can hang on or if Millersville can tie this game up. We shall see. Bauer trying to give it to Repsick and goes to Bell. Backhands it behind. It goes now to McDevitt. McDevitt will lob one towards center ice, nearly to McCulley, but he couldn't break through. 2:21 and counting to go. McCulley behind net trying to throw in there as it goes off the stick of Repsick. Josh Bauer trying to make a nice move on Bell and succeeds as he'll try to kill some time. And towards the empty cage. It is an empty net. I forgot to mention that. Empty cage now for Millersville. 6-on-5. 2 minutes to go. Bauer nearly ended the game right there. McDevitt behind his goal. To Bell. Bell at center ice, trying to make an outlet pass. This will go all the way down. Icing against Millersville. 1:50 to go. Rushnock will now return to the crease. We'll see when he goes to the bench again, if at all. Graney and McCulley for this face-off with 1:50 to go in the game. Kutztown up by 1 in the third period. And McCulley won it defensively. Big face-off win for Millersville. Graney lost his stick, gets it back as McDevitt passes it now to Hennessey, actually, as this pass it goes off the high basket, I believe, of Bell. Now controlled in front there by Hennessey, who has one of the goals for Millersville tonight, the first one. As Rushnock still has not reported back to the bench. He's waiting for a better time to do it. Minute 18 and counting. Back comes Millersville the other way. McCulley, this puck deflects, and they're going to count it as it goes out of play with 1:15 to go. Rushnock is still here on the other side of the ice. And now Gavin Rushnock is on the bench. 6-on-5. Kutztown up by 1. 1:15 remaining in the game. Off this faceoff. Millersville wins it. They'll flip one. It goes off of Josh Bauer trying to backhand, and Canestra is cherry-picking at center ice as they'll get a shot that's blocked away. Good defensive play made by Kutztown behind the goal. Last minute to play in regulation. Comes in front as they're going to pass in front from Layford, and now Josh Bauer trying to escape away. He can't. It's kept in for a shot that's blocked out. Rebound by McCulley. Denied off the pad there of Jay Johnny as this goes out of play. Exactly 49 seconds left. Corelli on the faceoff offensively, and defensively for the faceoff for Kutztown is Graney, and he won it. DeRosa trying to clear it out of the zone. It's still kept in. Seifert on the corner there, gets it back in front for a shot, blocked down. Another chance goes one. Both chances coming there from Dooligan. 33 seconds remaining. Morgan. Now to Dooligan. Millersville has to hurry up. Here comes Jonathan Morgan with 4 players in front of him for Kutztown. Arm is up in the air. We are going to have a penalty coming up here as there's 18 seconds. The puck is touched up, and I believe this is against KU. Hold on a second here. Stephen Graney's going into the box, so now with the empty cage, it'll be 6-on-4 for the remaining 17.4 seconds remaining in this game. 17.4 seconds remaining on the clock. The score, 3-2 Kutztown. It'll be 6-on-4 for Millersville as they trail by 1. Kutztown just praying they can do just enough to hold on, but for their opposition, they're trying to force OT. McCulley on the face-off circle. We have a bit of chatter coming from the benches. Don't know exactly what the delay. They had 7 players on the ice, actually. And now they're going to continue to play on. 13 seconds left and counting. This is blocked in front. Pass comes to the circle. Here's a shot by McCulley. Blocked down by Perricone. Puck is still loose. And a save is made by Jay Johnny. His most significant one of the game. There's some shoves after the whistle. Hopefully players can be careful not to cause any unnecessary, undisciplined plays. 4.5 seconds remaining. So I was trying to say earlier, Millersville accidentally had 7 men on the ice. They're supposed to have 6, but it appeared that Kutztown's bench was able to catch it last minute. Boy, that would have been strange to see. 4.5 seconds left. Novak on defensive faceoff against McCulley. Off the tie-up, one there by Millersville, shot towards the net, save made by Jay Johnny. Time's winding down, that goes wide. The Kutztown Golden Bears hold on for a 3-2 victory. What a game for Jay Johnny. He stopped 40 of 42 shots on that Millersville offense. Was relentless. It was a chaotic and physical first period, as well as throughout the rest of the game, too. But the first in particular was chaos. Josh Bauer scores once again. Paul Perricone scores. Chase Canestra, probably the goal of the season so far, at least so far in the first 3 games for KU, gets a highlight reel goal. Jay Johnny, what a game he had. as the Golden Bears hold on for a 3-2 win over Millersville. I'm Nicholas Garofalo. Thank you for tuning in for this edition of Nick's Hockey Broadcast. Good night.